Well, good morning and welcome to this quite dark and very early start to a drive in my Alfa Romeo 4C Spider. I can't believe it's been almost 4 months since I last did any kind of video with this car. That was back in May when I drove into Scotland and back, and now we're in September already. The time really does fly by. Now normally when you're getting up this early in the morning to drive a car like this, it's usually for something pretty exciting, like doing a supercar day, going on holiday. Unfortunately, that is not the case for today, because today I am driving for 2 hours to my destination, where I'm taking this Alfa Romeo to be serviced. Now, the question has to be asked, why am I driving for 2 solid hours at 6 o'clock in the morning just to take a car to be serviced? And the answer to that question is the same answer as it was this time last year. You see, the problem with the Alfa Romeo 4C is the cost of the servicing of it. Now, just like last year, I phoned my local authorised Alfa Romeo dealer to ask for a quote to service this car. Bearing in mind, I've done only about 2,000 miles since the last service, and the quote, just like last year, from my local dealer was over £1,000 to service this Alfa 4C. And just like last year, I phoned my other next nearest Alfa Romeo authorised dealers, and the best price I could get to service this 4C was £900. Now, when you consider that the purchase price of this car is about the same as a Porsche Cayman or a Lotus Exige stroke Lotus Elise, and then you look at their service pricing, that really is way out of keel for the price of a car like this. It is massively expensive, so you really do have to shop around. So just like last year, I phoned an Alfa Romeo specialist, which are a race tuning specialist called Alfa Works. So by going to Alfa Works on this journey to get this car serviced, I am saving over £350 in service costs to get this car serviced. £350. That's almost twice as much in a saving as it actually costs to service my BMW 1 Series. So I think you can understand that it is worth making this 2-hour journey at an unearthly time to save that amount of money. So if you're looking to get yourself an Alfa Romeo 4C, whilst the purchase price of these cars currently is extremely reasonable given the looks and the performance of the car, you really will need to factor in service pricing such as this. If you are thinking of getting yourself a 4C, you may already be aware that the Alfa 4C Spider and Coupe are now discontinued from Alfa Romeo. You can no longer buy one. And I'm convinced that this car is very, very quickly going to become a sought after classic. There aren't many of them around. When I looked on my Auto Trader app the other day, I could only find 9 available in the whole of the UK. And interestingly, I did have a call from the Alfa Romeo dealer from where I got this car, asking if I wanted to sell it back to them. So let's talk about the service and ownership considerations when compared to, say, the Lotus Elise or Lotus Exige and Porsche Cayman, because I've been lucky enough to own all 3 of those cars in the past, so I can give you a pretty accurate comparison. Now, the Porsche Cayman is without doubt a very, very good car in many, many respects, and that includes, for me, the ownership cost. It is an absolutely excellent ownership experience. The dealer experience is second to none. You really get treated like a film star when you go to the dealer, the official dealer, to have your Porsche serviced. There's no question of it. And the after sales experience, again, absolutely first class. And to be honest, the cost of ownership, my experience of the cost of ownership of a Porsche Cayman, was absolutely second to none as well. It was an extremely cheap car to run. Why? Because for the mileage I'm doing, I only had to service that car every 2 years. And the service costs, even on a 2-year interval, were considerably less than the cost of this car on a 1-year interval. So a Porsche Cayman S is fantastic value for money, in my opinion, when it comes to the cost of ownership and the dealership experience. Absolutely fantastic. The problem is, I only kept my Porsche Cayman for about 9 months, and then I sold it. So why did I sell it after such a short period of time? And the answer is, the driving experience was pretty dull, if I'm honest. Now, when it comes to the Lotus Exige, if you look back through my videos, you'll see about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I did a direct comparison between the Lotus Exige and this Alfa Romeo 4C, because for a very short period of time I had both of them simultaneously. So have a look back and you'll see how this stacks up against the Lotus. This is the second service that the car's had in my ownership, and that's a pretty important milestone for me, because all of the sports cars I've had, I've never kept long enough to get serviced more than once, other than a Lotus Esprit Turbo. I had a white Lotus Esprit Turbo which I kept up until its second service and then sold it just after its second service. So this is really a very special milestone for this car, because it's the second time I've serviced it in my ownership, and currently I've got no plans to sell it. So that must make it a pretty special car. I'm getting quite tired now, to be honest, so luckily I brought with me my R-Cup, recyclable coffee cup. Really good, these things. Ooh. I have got one other little Alfa Romeo 4C story to share with you. Not about my Alfa Romeo 4C, but another one which a guy had. It was an Alfa Romeo 4C coupe, but in the same colour, Competizione red, as mine. And I was working last year at Mercedes-Benz World in Surrey. I was working there doing an event, and whilst I was down there, a customer turned up to visit Mercedes-Benz World in his Alfa Romeo 4C coupe and parked it, as you do, in the customer car park at the front of the Mercedes-Benz World entrance. And it drew such a flock of people to come and look at the car. They were coming and looking at it and taking pictures of it, that Mercedes staff asked him to remove the car and take it round the back of the building. So the Alfa Romeo has now been serviced by Alfa Works. It's ready to collect. It's been here for about 4 hours altogether that they've had it, and the total bill for servicing this car came to £652 4p. Don't know whether you can see that. £652 4p, which is listed as a 36,000 mile service, plus plugs, sump plug washer, oil filter, filtering element, and 2 lots of different types of oil. And that's it. No advisories. It all looks good. They said, yep, no problem, ready to go. So although that £652 is a hard amount to swallow, it is a high cost compared to what I used to pay for my Lotus, and a hell of a lot more than what I paid for the Cayman. It's still at least £350 less, at least, from what I would have paid at my local Alfa Romeo dealer. So it's still a great bargain. And the weather's good. The sun's out. It was really dark when I set off this morning, but now we're at lunchtime. The sun's out. The weather's good. It's the perfect day to take this car on a drive home. So at least the 2 hours and nearly 100 miles drive home is going to be a fun one, I think. So let's get underway and get this car back and give it a good clean. Hope you found this video interesting. Thanks for watching. I will try and do some more videos with the car whenever I get a chance. Cheers.